Hello everyone, welcome to another video. So first and foremost, I want to thank all my new subscribers, everyone that's liked my videos as well as commented in my previous videos. I definitely try to respond to those as quickly as possible. And if I don't respond to your comment, definitely, throw another one. I will try my best to stay on top of that as much as I can. So I wanted to make this quick video going through the settings of the Tesla. This is more for those that are new to Tesla, that currently don't have a Tesla and maybe thinking of getting one. I think this would be a good video for you. I thought I'd make this video because I had a friend that just got a Model 3 last week, and it was a certain setting that was enabled in her car that she didn't know how to disable. So she had a setting, and it's more of a safety feature that if the car is unlocked, it only unlocks the driver's side door and not the passenger doors as well as the trunk. I have that turned off because I want to make sure when the doors are unlocked that every door is unlocked, so that if I'm picking up someone, they can open the door from the outside without me having to reach to grab the door button from the inside. So we were going through it. I found out what setting it was, made sure it worked for her and everything, but I thought this would be good for those that are new to Tesla. So we're going to go through the settings menu. Shouldn't take too long, and maybe I may find something that I don't know, because we get software updates, things change over time. So it's I've been through this settings menu a lot, but I may discover something that I don't know. So we're going to go through this together, and I'm going to explain it quickly. This shouldn't take too long, but I think this will be a good video for you guys. So here we go. All right, guys, so you join me here at the home screen of the Tesla Model 3. So we're going to hit this car icon in the bottom left corner, bring up the settings menu. So the first setting is search. This is one of the newer updates. You can pretty much search for any keyword here. This is pretty much self-explanatory, but if, let's say I search lights, every setting that deals with lights will populate here, and you can just scroll down and turn. So everything typically has something to do with lights in this if you search for it. So pretty cool feature. I don't use it that often. I typically know exactly what I'm looking for and just go to the specific setting, but it's always nice to have that search option, which is a new feature. So all right guys, so first let's hit controls. All right, so since these are some of the basic functions you're going to access pretty frequently. So first you have your lights. I always set my lights at auto. This is for auto high beams here. So if you enable this, anytime it's really dark, it's going to enable the high beams and then turn them off if necessary. So I typically leave that off because I like to enable the high beams on my own manually as opposed to the car doing it. It's just my preference. It works, but just something I like to do. If you want to unfold or fold your mirrors, you can do that. Mine is currently unfolded because I'm near my garage, so that anytime I'm near the garage, it just folds in the mirrors. That's a cool setting for me because I have to squeeze into a parking spot, so that's always nice. Child lock, pretty self-explanatory. Make sure the doors in the back are locked. Have a window lock that locks all the windows. Glove box button, so you have to hit this button to open a glove box. I have mine set with a passcode. You can also use the voice command and say open glove box, and then if it'll open, or if you have a passcode, the passcode will populate on the screen. This is the windshield wipers. So typically I have it on auto, which actually I'm going to put that back on auto. One day it was acting kind of weird, so I just put it off. So mirrors, this is where you want to adjust your mirrors, side mirrors. Steering wheel, this adjusts the steering wheels up or down. Recording, if you want to record your dash cam. So all the time when the vehicle is on, it's always recording the vehicle surroundings. So if there's something you want to make sure it's recorded and saved, you hit the recording button, and it will save, I believe, the last minute or so of the video. Sentry mode, if you're parked somewhere out and about at the mall or something, you're parked really close to another car, you may want to hit sentry mode. That makes sure it's always recording around the car if someone gets close to the car. So let's see, that's pretty much controls. I have auto here. This is the brightness, or the display brightness. I always have it on auto. It dims during the day, well, at night it kind of dims, so it is really good about adjusting the light during the day and night. So I kind of leave that on auto for the most part. Pedals and steering, I always keep my acceleration on standard. If you don't like kind of a lot of the torque of the vehicle, you can always put it on chill. That kind of makes it more relaxed when you accelerate. Steering mode, that's more of a that's a preference, but I keep mine in sport. I don't like too much wiggle room on the steering wheel when I'm driving. So comfort, it gives you a lot of give when you're steering. So I like sport because I want the car to move exactly when I start turning the steering wheel, I want it to move. Stopping mode, I have mine on hold so that when it comes to a complete stop, it automatically puts the vehicle on hold. You can have it on creep. That is like pretty much any gas car. So when you let off the brake, it'll continue to move forward. Roll, I'm actually not sure exactly. I think that doesn't roll when pedals are released. So I think that's something similar to creep. That's actually something different. So that was added, I believe, as well. So I've never used roll, so I honestly don't know exactly what the difference is between creep and roll, but it does give you kind of a text explanation there. So regenerative braking, that's when the car decelerates, or use the motors to slow down when you take your foot off the accelerator pedal. Always keep mine in standard here. If you charge your car to 100%, it's not going to use the regenerative braking because the car is already full, so it's no battery charge it needs to put into the battery. So if you want to use your regular brakes to kind of give the impression that you're using regenerative brakes, you can do that. I don't do that because I'm just used to the car, but for someone new to the car, they may want to enable this setting just so they don't feel a difference if they're going from 100% state of charge to 50% or 60, whatever state of charge. It just makes the car operate, consistently. I'll say that. Slip start is good for if you're in the snow. It kind of gives you that explanation there, or sand or something. So if you're stuck, try to enable that. Maybe that'll get you free. Charging. This is where you set your charge limit. Pretty much don't touch this. You really just want to use the highest amperage that you can take, or the vehicle can take, unless for some reason your charger is limited, and a fuse is kind of blowing or something. You can always lower the amperage, so charge it a little slower or something, just to kind of make sure that doesn't happen. You have a button, pretty large button here to open the charge port. In the back, I have my scheduled charge, so my car will only charge after 12 a.m. At night when I'm at non-peak hours. I think that's it for charging. And also tells you the last paid charging session or last supercharger you stopped at. Let's go to Autopilot. I have mine on full self-driving beta. You can also just do traffic aware cruise control or auto steer, which is pretty much the traditional Autopilot. Full self-driving profile, that's, so when it's changing lanes and things like that, that just kind of depends on how aggressive it's going to be when it does that. So I typically just kind of leave it an average. Lane change notification. So if you're changing the lane and you don't use your blinker or something, it can chime or vibrate the steering wheel, or both. I usually, I haven't had any issue with me not knowing that I'm changing lanes, or I'm doing something like that. I always, for the most part, use the blinker, so I'm not really trying to have it chime at me every time. This is when it's on full self-driving. Oh, actually, no, I'm sorry. This is when you're on full self-driving or something like that. If it changes lanes, no, I'm right. Okay, disregard what I just said. Sorry about that. Minimum lane changes for current drive. So if you're on full self-driving beta and you have this enabled, it won't change lanes too frequently to pass other vehicles and things of that nature. If they're going slow, it'll pretty much try to stay in a lane pretty consistently, or at least try to discourage the changing of lanes so much. So I never really do that much unless it's doing incorrect things, but I rarely enable that. Set speed limit, if it's kind of gives it an offset, so the speed limit is like 70, it'll go up, you can offset it that it'll always be 10% higher than 70 miles per hour. You can kind of adjust that. That's just what your preference with. Summon, controlling the car from your phone when you're outside the car, so you can make it come to you, you can make it move up and back. Pretty cool. You can customize it and things like that, so always a nice feature. Let's see, blind spot camera, that's when you hit the turn signal like this. Blind spot camera will pop up. You can turn that on or off here. Blind spot collision warning, always keep that on. So if you're going into a lane, it'll chime and show the lane line red if you're about to hit a car. Speed limit warning, you can have it if you go over the speed limit, make a chime, or the display speed limit sign will enlarge. I usually just do the display because I just don't like chimes, I guess, or noises when I'm driving as much. This is more like the offset I was talking about with the speed limit. Forward collision warning, if it thinks you're going to hit a car, you can have that set to medium or alert you early if you're going too fast, and it wants to protect you on that. Lane departure warning, if you're kind of drifting into a lane, you can have it throw you a warning or assist you where it will actually turn the steering wheel to get you back in the lane. I usually don't have issues with that, so I always keep it off. And then you have all these other safety features here. Automatic emergency braking, lane departure avoidance, obstacle aware acceleration. That's when if it's something directly in front of you like a car, it will limit the torque. So even if you put your foot down, it won't go as fast because it doesn't want you to hit that whatever's in front of you. Oops, sorry. Where was I at? Autopilot. I didn't realize it would cut off like that. Traffic aware cruise control chime. So if you, once you go into cruise control, it'll make a chime. Green traffic light chime. That is a really awesome feature. So if you're at a traffic light and the traffic light turns green, it will make a chime. That's one of the best features that I really love that feature, because you look down in your car, you're going through something, your glove box or something, it'll chime when the car in front of you starts moving or the light turns green. So that is a really cool feature. Honestly, I haven't seen that in no other car. I know some other cars do connect to like the speed lights and can kind of know when they are going to change, but to actually chime at you or give you an alert when it does turn is pretty cool. Locks just show you what locks you have your phone or 2 key cards, which those are the only ways that can open my car. Child lock is off, window lock is off, walkway door lock, so that if you connect to your phone when you walk away from the car, it will lock. Driver door unlock mode, that's the mode I was referring to before. Always keep that off if you want all the car doors to unlock when you unlock the car. If you only want the driver's side door to unlock, then you can enable that. Unlock on park, that means when you put the vehicle in park, it automatically unlocks unlocks the doors. Car left open notifications, I like this. So if you leave the car, it locks. If the doors are open or something, it will send you a notification on your phone letting you know that the left door or left driver's door is open still. Or if windows are down and you don't have the feature where it rolls up the windows automatically, it will say, oh, you left your passenger door or window unlocked or down. So that's pretty cool. Exclude home. This means that if you have that connected, that it won't send you these alerts. If the car knows you're at home, it will only do it if you're out and about or somewhere else from home. I always keep that off because I don't want my doors unlocked or windows down, even when I'm in the garage for the most part. Lock confirmation sound. That means when the vehicle locks, it actually beep the horn. Close windows on lock. That's the saying I was just referring to. So anytime my windows are down, the car locks, it automatically raises the windows all the way back up. MyQ connected garage. You can link that to your garage if you have a MyQ connected account. I have a home link. That's what I use to open my garage. So let's move to lights. Lights, pretty standard. Head beams, headlights, always have it on auto. Front fog lights on or off here. Dome lights, that's inside the car, I always keep that on auto, so when the door opens, the lights come on. Ambient lighting, I keep that enabled. Auto turn signals, this is different. So this is a feature they added not too long ago. So it'll do so the auto cancel is the new part. So if you turn on the turn signal, traditionally it will be, if you don't turn or hit the turn signal button all the way, it will make the turn signal go 3 times and then cut off automatically. Or if you pull down the lever all the way, it'll just go indefinitely until you actually go into the lane or disable it. Auto cancel will keep going until you actually move into the lane, then it will cancel. No matter how long you stay into your original lane, it keeps track of the lanes and it will get cut off. So I actually like that. It works pretty good. Auto high beam, like I said, I keep that off. Headlights after exit, that's if you want the headlights and rear lights on the car on. Once you lock the car for about, it'll stay on for like 30 seconds or something. I don't see the need. I just like to have everything off. Steering wheel lights, is some small lights on the steering wheel that will continuously bright up or stay lit if you want. Not a huge thing there. I think I hear a Rivian coming too, so right here. There you go. If anyone looking at Rivian, that's what they look like. My neighbor works at Rivian. So let's see. So I was at lights. So display appearance, I always keep it on auto. So at night it goes into dark mode. In the daytime it goes into light mode. Reduce blue lighting, that's a feature that's similar to cell phones. Just helps your eyesight pretty much. I keep my brightness on auto. Screen clean mode, if you hit that, it'll turn the display black so you can kind of wipe it down without any issues, and then you have to press or hold something for like 3 seconds to re-enable it. Scroll wheel function, this is like a kind of a quick function. So it's a button on the scroll wheel. If you press and hold it for 3 seconds, it'll bring up a quick menu. And you can pretty much change that to whatever you want. So if you want to hold 3 seconds and the glove box opens, you can do that. It's kind of like just a cheat button to make, certain things that you use more frequently quicker to access. Touchscreen language, English. Voice recognition, English. Voice navigation, English for me. Text size, standard. My mom uses large just because it helps with her eyes. Time, I use 12 hours as opposed to 24-hour time, or military time. Energy display, I always, for the most part, display mine in percentage, but you can also display it in distance there, or if you tap up here, it automatically go back and forth between those. I drive in miles, not kilometers, but you could change that there. Go from Celsius to Fahrenheit here. Tire pressure from PSI to bar. So pretty cool settings there. And then trips, pretty much this is just standard height. If you want to reset your trip meter here, you can do so. Nothing too special about that. Allows you to hit reset current trip, reset trip H, reset trip B. You can also name the trip if you would like, where they're highlighted blue. So pretty standard feature. Navigation, if you want, so if you have something in the navigation system, it's always a lady or someone directing you to that destination, and kind of cuts off the music and talks to you. I always keep that off because I just pay attention to the to the map. I don't really need them talking to me, so you can mute that if you want, or you can raise the volume here. Automatic navigation, if it's a calendar event or something on your calendar, or or if you go home around this time frequently, the car remembers that and will automatically put that navigation when you get in the car, so you don't even have to hit in home or work or something. It'll just, right when you get in the car, it's ready to go. Trip planner, pretty much if you do navigate, it'll make sure it adds supercharger stops if necessary. Online routing, finds optimal route based on traffic conditions. Always keep that stuff on. For navigation specifically, you can set it to reroute if you save more than 10 minutes or 5 minutes or whatever. That's pretty much a preference for you guys. These settings are pretty cool. If you're navigating, you can avoid tolls, use HOV lanes, or avoid ferries. So that's the settings I use. Safety, this is another setting where if you want to activate another way to activate Sentry mode, if you would like. Camera base detection, that's pretty much, if you're using Sentry mode, it'll monitor with the cameras. Disable Sentry sounds, so if someone gets close to the car, it actually lights up, and sometimes it'll start the alarm. You can disable that if you would like. I don't want to do that because I want to alert them that it is watching them and they need to leave or move away from the car. This allows you, if enabled, to view a live video camera feed directly from the mobile app. One of the coolest features they have for Teslas, just because you can monitor your car no matter where it is, as long as you have internet connection. I'll say that first. Dash cam, you can set it to, you can save a dash cam manually. Like I said before, you can hit that button that said recording to save it. Anytime, I have mine set to anytime I honk the horn, it saves the last 30 seconds to a minute of the video. So typically I'm hitting the horn in an emergency, so I wanted to set it that way. You can also delete dash cams here, or format the USB drive and delete everything and start from scratch if you would like. Allow mobile access, always keep that on so that your phone connects to the car. Pin to drive, so even if you get in the car, you're enabled to get in the car, you have the key, like your phone or the card with you. You can also set a pin before anyone can drive the car. That's another security feature. I have the glove box pin, so anytime I try to open the glove box, there's a pin. That, I just like the security of that. You can set speed limit mode here, so it can restrict the the miles per hour that the car will go. So you can pretty much limit the max. So if you have kids or something, maybe you want to limit them to 70 miles per hour, 65, you can do that directly from here, which is a cool setting to have. Cabin overheat protection, I keep this off, but if you have it on, I believe if the cabin ever goes over 120, I believe that, I might be wrong. So if someone knows that, please put that down below in the comments. It's either 110 or 120, but anytime it hits that temperature, it will turn on the air conditioning in the car and try to bring the heat down. All these are pretty safety things. I keep all this stuff on. Security alarm, make sure that's on. If someone hits the car, the alarm will go off. Park assist chimes, when you're coming up to a parking spot, you're getting close to the curb or something, it'll alert you that you're getting too close, so I keep that on. Gear chimes, when you go into park, drive, neutral, or anything like that, it'll do a kind of a very light audible noise to let you know you're changing gears. Joe mode was a mode that everyone thought that the initial chimes, like going into drive and all the other stuff, was very loud. So if you want to make the noises in the cars or the chimes a little softer, hit Joe mode. I like them like that, but everyone has their own preference. Service mode, this screen shows you your, service mode shows you your PSI for your tires, or what the recommended tire pressure is. When the last time you got a tire service done, like changing the tire or tire rotation or anything like that. I'm actually overdue. I need to go do that. I've just been busy, so I haven't done that. So it alerts you what the PSIs are and what they were from the last 3 hours ago. So that updates when you start driving. You have access to the owner's manual, car wash mode. If you select that, that'll make sure that the windows, nothing goes down, the charge port won't open, things like that. I always enable that when I'm washing my car. Towing mode, that's if you ever have to get the car towed. You can adjust, reset your TPS sensors, adjust the headlights. A lot of stuff. Most people don't use this. Clear browser data, factory reset the whole car. Wiper service mode, you use that if you want to change the wipers in the car. So if you have any issues, also can dial Tesla roadside assistance directly from the car here, which is cool. I believe that will use your cell phone though if it's connected to the car. Software, just a quick glance, shows you how many miles. I hit 90,000 finally. The VIN, that you have full self-driving capability is included package, premium connectivity. This is the version I'm on, FSD beta 11.4.7.3. I think this is the most recent version as of like earlier this weekend or earlier last week. So I'm on like the latest, I think, FSD beta right now build. And yeah, software update preference. If you like software updates quickly, I would set advanced. If you don't really care when you get software updates, you can hit standard. That means you'll probably be later getting the standards. But the good thing about that is that they're probably tested a little bit more thoroughly. So you're one of the last kind of people, or you're getting it when it kind of released out there for everyone, as opposed to advanced. I think you get them a little earlier than normal. Data sharing is just a privacy thing. You can disable that. If you click it, it goes through some menus on what you are okay or comfortable with Tesla tracking in your car. And then upgrades, if there's any upgrades or software upgrades the car can do, it will show it here. I don't have any upgrades in my car. I have everything. I have FSD beta. I have everything that I can get for this particular vehicle, the rear-wheel drive 2018 model, long range Model 3. So I have everything. So that's all the menu here. So that was just a quick walkthrough of the controls. If anyone wants to see what a particular thing does, definitely let me know. I just want to kind of go through the menu because some of those controls are a little intimidating a little bit. So especially if you're new to the technology and everything like that. So I just wanted to show you guys that. But if you have any questions, definitely let me know. And until the next video, I appreciate you guys watching this, and I'll talk to you later. Peace.